remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking with the...
Hello again, everybody. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Hope you're ready, because we've got another good one on tap.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led out by the rookie, a man born and raised in Texas, and then he finished his college ball for the Hilltoppers at Western Kentucky, Bailey Zappi.
And he's a young man who's always believed in his talents. Didn't have many offers out of high school, ended up at Houston Baptist and put up monster numbers. Decided to take the next step and go to Western Kentucky, and he did it again. Set NCAA records for passing touchdowns and passing yards in a single season. Now the big jump to the NFL. This guy's like a very skilled point guard. Knows how to deal and put the ball in the proper place with every throw.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for the Hall of Famer. It's the boss, Jerome Bettis. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Zappi. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Zappi looks to throw it. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Now here's Trenton Gill now. It's taken to the 26. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Up the middle to Davis. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
4th down, here's Jackson. And This is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Inside give to Davis. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. We're scoreless after one. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Up the gut, McCaffrey. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 25 yards. And the Broncos post the first points of the ballgame. Here in this second quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates with a Terrell Davis touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Play fake, and now here's Zappi. On the move. Oh, Zappi has it knocked out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. Taking it about the 36. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
A first down carry for Davis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson. Throw left side is complete to Irvin. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So
touchdown Broncos. Randy Moss from 6 yards away. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Zappi looking to throw it on first down.
They'll dump this complete to the bus. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Zappi fakes the handoff, looks to throw it.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Up the middle they run with Bettis. Room here to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Zappi in trouble, and he's going down.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a give up the middle to Bettis. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Michael Irvin. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. Nick has been laying down and all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Zappi.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42. A great return there of 22 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
130 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Davis to run again on second.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Xander Horvath
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Broncos open the lead up to 34-0. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10, Zappi.
And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Another throw coming for Zappi.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a handoff to Davis. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 49 yards.
And the Broncos get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And New York set to take the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 17.
And Zappi to throw.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Ed Oliver had time to run to get in there and bring him down.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Set to take over. The Broncos offense trots back out. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game is gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Davis. And he'll go down. Edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Davis. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
With 208 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. With 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Zappi.
And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And New York set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 2nd and 10, Zappi. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Zappi on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. That's caught by Irvin. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. This is Davis.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They